Well, now we can actually talk about the film and again some of the highlights
and not spoil it for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as I said, I love Diane Keaton when she plays her kind of euphoria. I think that's what she does really well in this.
Right.
I believe that she is, completely seduced by the Biddle.
The Biddle brothers.
Yeah, the Biddle brothers.
Yeah.
They're bad boys.
I mean, Mel is just amazing. I mean, you could just feel like he was evil, he was charming, he was sexy, he was just amazing.
I think that was something that, for me, I wish they had given me a little bit more clarity on whether he really was in love with her or whether he was just using her, or at least if that was his own confusion made that clear.
Well, when he tells her, I did something bad, like my brother never killed anyone. And so is that admission because he wants to be, like, open with her because of the feelings he has, or he just wants to, like, confess? I
don't know. And the other lack of clarity for me is it is so what she did is so shocking for this time. And I feel as if I wanted to know more about that. I mean, what is a woman from that era decides to leave her husband and her children and go off with these two guys? Did she possibly think that they were going to make it to Canada?
It's so weird. It's like, the Anna Karenina thing of, like, when something is so amazing, you're, just so in love and so sexually turned on that you don't care about anything else. I can't imagine having anything that would tear you away from your kids. I mean, that just is crazy.
But just through the whole scope of the films, I just think that the idea that this was a time for me where women had some power and they were getting to tell these stories, for me, is almost the highlight of Mrs. Soffel. It reminds me of a time when Diane Keaton was probably at the top of her game and could choose her director, and this was the story that she wanted to make. And if somebody like Gillian Armstrong had a bigger canon of films, but because she's done less films, maybe that's why we're a little bit more critical on this one. It's just my own kind of thought.
I just wonder, like, how much of this is her passion and how much of it is trying to get in the Hollywood.
Yes. Well, thanks so much for being with me, Amy.
Thank you. This has been so much fun for me.
Thanks. And up next, a comedy from director Susan Seidelman. She's made movies like Smithereens and Desperately Seeking Susan. This one has a great cast headed by Peter Falk and Diane Wiest.
Turner Classic Movie